Hello everyone, I'm Donna Lee, and I'm going to explain to you a little bit about galactic language, but before we get to that, I'll just tell you a little bit of my background. So I've got 40 years of nursing behind me, and I've done just about every kind of nursing there is other than the operating room. I also have done complementary healthcare for the last 25 years. I am an intuitive healer, and I work with both people and animals. I've done nutritional counseling, kinesiology, herbology, body work, and I've also been on the spiritual path since my early 20s. I went to a spiritual university in India, and while I was there, I was awakened. It is a very low level of awakening, but I am awakened, and it's made a huge difference in my life. And I'm sure that because of this state that I was in, it has enabled me to channel galactic language. So one needs to understand that we are energy, everything within us and outside of us. Even the solid objects are composed of energy. It's just that the molecules are spaced more tightly than what a human being is. So the medical profession has been able to prove energy in the recordings of our brain waves and also our heart function. The Chinese have been very much aware of energy for eons, really, and they are aware of the acupuncture meridians and reflex points within us. Now, we also have energy that reflects outwards from us like a light from a light bulb, and we call that the aura. And the aura, being our energy field, is sort of like a computer for the whole body. It knows knows everything that is going on in the body. And so when we take a pill, for example, it's that energy field within us and without of us, outside of us, that enables the benefit of the pill to go to where it's required in the body. So this is the grand director of all our bodily functions. Some of it, of course, has to go through the brain, but not all of it does. So even our emotions are energy, and going through life, we accumulate a whole lifetime of emotions that can create havoc in our life. And it is these emotions that creates those buttons that people push on us. And so with galactic language, we can actually release emotions and all this emotional baggage that has come from our hidden little pockets in our body. So with galactic language, it conveys the frequencies of light, sound, and cosmic information from the ancients of the star system. And this is our star lineage. All of humanity evolved from the star system, and the ancients, all from the different stars, helped to contribute to what created humanity on Earth. And we are now at a very important time in the evolvement of planet Earth and the evolvement of humanity. And so with this new age, new tools have come forth to help us access our consciousness and to raise our consciousness to a higher frequency. So galactic language that I channel comes through the White Brotherhood of Light. And this is a spiritual order of hierarchy. It's an organization of ascended masters and cosmic beings that have united for the highest service to God in all of life. So the White Brotherhood of Light is comprised of beings such as Maitreya, Jesus, Buddha, Mother Mary, and also ascended teachers such as Archangel Michael and Saint Germain. There are many angels and cosmic masters that work through galactic language and also light language. Now, sometimes I also bring in the White Sisterhood of Light, and this is a group of women that are highly evolved, such as Kuan Yin and again Mother Mary work through this particular order. Also, there's a council of sages. There's also the Attunements and the Pleiadians. So these are big players in our evolvement and in becoming humans on planet Earth. And so they are now there for us. Now, when I'm working with people, I always ask, using a pendulum or muscle testing, to determine which groups of energies need to come in to help with the healing for that particular person and that particular issue. So generally now, some say that when I speak the language, they know what I'm saying in their heart, and in a way that is quite true. So conscious mind does not always understand the language, but certainly on the soul level we do. And it's not that important that we understand what is said. It's more about the frequency of the language, but also the entities that are coming through to work with you. So galactic language can facilitate changes in your unconscious that has stored patterns of information, fears, traumas, programs within them that may be blocking or sabotaging your life. But also, soul has programming running in its loops of patterns and information from all previous lifetimes. It is the spark of the divine that incarnates over and over into human form to have an experience, but it also creates karmic loops and patterns that will stay with us until they are either cleared, resolved, or the lesson has been learned. Now, the subconscious mind starts storing patterns of information in utero. And from that point of conception and on after birth, it runs in a theta state throughout our childhood until we are approximately 7 years of age. And in that theta state, we start storing everything from this lifetime that will make us who we are. The spark of the soul within us that has incarnated lifetime after lifetime has its own programming patterns of information stored in it, and when it incarnates into this lifetime. So therefore the galactic language deals with soul programming and the unconscious. So this work can access the Akashic records, past lives, programming brought forward from our ancestors, even programming that has been brought forward in our DNA. And this clears subconscious patterns, programs, and belief systems, both from this lifetime and past. As we change and clear ourselves, it also affects 12 generations back and 7 generations forward. So in doing this work, you're helping not only yourself, but your ancestors and the future generations to come of your lineage. It can facilitate a change in the energy field and patterns of information of the core issues that you are wishing to address. This work doesn't only clear the blocks and patterns, but it also makes new imprints into your belief system to align you to where you want to be in life. If you are feeling stuck in your life, this is usually always a source of resistance somewhere with an underlying cause. By removing all resistance, it then allows the heart space to come forward. Many times we are stuck in the illusion of old patterns and programs that no longer serve us. By clearing and repatterning these programs, you may be led to do something new and different in your life, which leads you to the next step of your soul's journey. The language knows no boundaries as it emanates directly from the source of all that is. This quantum energy language is capable of working on the cellular and even the DNA levels of the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. You no longer have to be victims to your DNA. The language communicates directly to your soul at all levels where you are ready for a shift or healing to occur in your life. This can also assist the integration of the new energy into our system. The energies are bringing in the divine feminine and can accelerate the natural process. It is now time for the divine masculine and the divine feminine to be brought back into perfect balance. The body is the key to awakening. Change your biology and regain your empowerment, and embody living from within that transforms every aspect of your life. Achieve abundance through harmonic resonance. Together, we can work with the energy of galactic language to explore and release the deepest wounds and blockages that have kept us feeling stagnant and unable to move forward, and support and assist us in our rebirth and our recalibration to move us to greater freedom. So some examples of things that the language can be used for is mastery of mind, to clear subconscious beliefs. Also, it can work with the parental relationships and what we call the 4 baskets. And the 4 baskets involve the point of conception until the age of 7. Now, our parental relationships, we may have many agreements that have been made in just before our incarnation, or even as we are moving through life. We make unconscious agreements based on what is going on in our life. So we need to release the core issues around our relationship with our parents. Very little in life will have flow or works well until the relationship with our parents has been healed. For example, a bad relationship with the father yields being unsettled and having troubled finances. A bad relationship with the mother yields health and relationship issues. Now, going back to the point of conception, the fetus is affected by the thoughts of the parents. The fetus is very aware of what is going on outside of the mother's body. The fetus hears everything that is said. So any situation that happens to the mother affects the child. If the parents are fighting, if the mother is being abused, the fetus is aware of this, and it will definitely affect this child's life. Between the 3rd and the 9th month, traumas and discord can result in a sense of hopelessness, depression, and also limited movement. Now, during the birth process, the infant feels hope of the goal of birth, but helpless otherwise. If the labor is prolonged or difficult, the child may believe life is a struggle with lots of obstacles. Success is out of reach. Or they may believe that they can have success only with huge effort. If a C-section is done, they may expect help out of situations. Now, at birth and shortly after, the release of confinement, the trauma, feelings in the delivery room, as they sense the thoughts of everyone the child will be aware of. Also the reception they get by family or comfort from the mother or father within the first 6 hours. If they're kept in an incubator with too little or too much stimulation, will also have an effect. If the experience is positive, the child will have an expanded state of consciousness. If negative impact, they may have lack of fulfillment in life, lack of feeling welcome in the world. If the mom is not there, they may feel and expect no support, and self-destruct or self-sabotage. For example, addictions are about filling the void, which is the void of love. It can also affect the divine blueprint to live our destiny and live your purpose, to be happy and live in the celestial flow. Find your magnificence, reclaim your power, connect with your core soul self. So there are, so many things that galactic language can work with. It can also clear and repair the stress body in cases of prolonged long-term stress. This affects the hypothalamus, the pituitary glands, the thyroid, the amygdala, the hippocampus parts of the brain, and the kidneys, and eventually even affects the DNA in a negative way. Those layers of DNA that science has labeled as junk are actually quantum energy layers with purpose and can be activated with galactic language. It can be used to switch off aging programming and also eventually lead to regeneration. There are DNA external key codes of distortion and mutations. The internal key codes are the accessors and the activators. So with galactic language, we can work on those external key codes that are distorted and mutated. We can also work on cellular memory. For example, we can use the reprogrammed cellular memory for maintaining an alkaline pH in the body. So if you're experiencing a long-term illness, you can pretty much guarantee that the pH in the body is very acidic. Cancer cannot survive in an alkaline environment. Cytokines in the immune system can also affect depression, schizophrenia, Alzheimer's, MS, Parkinson's, ALS, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue. The mitochondria, absorption and processing of fatty acids and glucose, such as in conditions as cancer and rheumatoid arthritis. So the mitochondria are very key in the health of our body, and we can work with the mitochondria using galactic language. Some of us going through life have also created a wall around our heart to protect us from all the hurts that seem to come at us from life. So we can also work on releasing that heart wall. The wall may protect us somewhat from the hurts, but it also interferes with our ability to live fully in love. So that is something that we do want to release. Galactic language can also be used to release the core emotional issues, both known and unknown. We don't always have to know what those emotions are. The galactic language can find them and release them. So we may move from emotional upset to love. There's only two things really in life, and that's fear and love. Which one do you choose? The language can also help heal the pain body. It can be used to cleanse and recalibrate the aura, release agreements, pacts, and vows. The golden DNA, activation for ascension, and to let go of the earthly dross, to enable the self, mastery, and to find our life purpose and attract soul family. It can be used to release ego games, domination of others, refusing to be dominated, I am right, you are wrong, judgments, blaming, labeling. It can make life so much easier when we don't have ego that keeps getting in the way. We can also release stress and trauma from hurtful love relationships from this lifetime and the past. It can be used to neutralize the polarity from duality to heart-mind coherence. We can use it to activate stem cells and to correct the alignment of the proteins that also help to structure the stem cells. So over time, the stem cells become corrupted, and that's the proteins that have become misaligned. So we can use the language to realign those stem cells, and now the stem cells will start producing more healthy, normal cells. We can also use the language to instill new patterns of consciousness, love, freedom, peace, joy, kindness, tolerance, abundance, happiness, and worthiness. So a few examples of where I have used language to help others. One lady had been under tremendous stress for a very long time and was almost on the brink of suicide. And so I used the language with her. For the very first session, at the end of the session, there was a marked difference in her voice, in the tone. She was feeling more settled and calmer. I worked on her daily for a week. By the end of that week, she felt she could handle anything that life had to throw at her. And she was back to her old, normal self, the lady that I have known for 25 years. I have also used language on a friend that was coming to stay with me who had an allergy to cats. And unfortunately, I wasn't about to give up my cat. So I did language for her, and throughout her stay, she didn't have a single sniffle or itchy eyes. She did just fine and has no issues with cats since. I also worked on a lady who had stubbed her toe, and the toe was throbbing quite badly. We were at an event together. And so I sat down with her and I did language for only about 5 minutes. And when I finished, the pain was gone. She found me the next day at this event and she said, "Donnelly, I can't believe it. Not only is there no pain, but I can fully weight bear today." Just absolutely amazing. I also helped another lady who had parasites, and she tried many different remedies and nothing seemed to be working, and the parasites were causing pain in her belly. So I did Galactic Language for her to kill off the parasites and the eggs, and the abdominal pain was completely gone as soon as I finished the language. So there are so many things that we can do with the language. So now, I'm sure that you're all curious to see and hear what the language sounds like. So what I'm going to do for you is something that we call a light code attunement. And so I'm going to do an attunement for you for the allowing and receiving. So this is all about issues that are not resolving, in spite of the work that indicate there are core issues that need to be cleared, often from the fall of our consciousness from Atlantis and Lemuria. At the end, a morphogenic field was created, carrying the responsibility of what happened. This created in us a self-sabotage program, not stepping into our potential. Belief programs, self-imposed punishment, contracts, lack, obligation of poverty, self-denial, promises, and invalidation of self. So let's get rid of that. So I call in the White Brotherhood of Light to channel Galactic Language for allowing and receiving for those that are with us. Now, I ask on your part to participate. There is a statement that is required for you to say. So first off, let's start off with a big deep breath in and out. And now repeat after me. From the Lord God, Goddess of my being, I give myself permission to forgive myself for all the parts I played in the fall and demise of Atlantis and Lemuria. I ask every soul from every kingdom, every man, woman, and child, to please forgive me. And I ask God and all the beings of the universe to forgive me as well. And so it is. And now take in a deep breath and release. And now I will begin the channel. Musudema meshesetea oguse menaisi. Ilaminisi venomasheseta. Ikudursima.
ama la fena mai ki, zutuna mai shiseteya, lusovama ekiveshatoama, lukuvemea sevilo, zurisemea kada, lusurufamorisha, ekinole manesadeyasa, mukuvomoina mishizeran seko, lusambari sheena, lukuvomokai esefenei, oishokurir sali, amaena sefato, amene se. Lukuva borishe manai, le sutokaman, la befino moisha kabese, amanasa la no, vuku inai besha, ikinai nasa, lusabe me, amena masapa kulamave, amaka usana, ikiseya lo no, amave, ikugurishe me, ikisana, ikinafa lo dorisama, imikadolo mena saniki enalo ame shizinikayat zurmapala musurikana yeselno memena sikayase musutoko amanisela avinisa makayas. All right, so that one is now cleared. Now let's do something else that most of us have a challenge with. And that is our finances. Financial abundance. How about if we choose to release whatever is interfering with us having financial abundance? So for this one, there is another statement for you. So take in a deep breath in and out. And repeat after me. I choose to clear all belief systems of poverty consciousness that no longer serve, as well as all hidden and unknown belief systems through all dimensions, all lifetimes, layers, levels from all time and space. And so it is. And now take in a deep breath and release. Musutema ke filo, manama ke esabeni shiye koma, ivi la borsema tienase, ivi kinonoma ka ishi soto, la mamesena mukushustema, ivi kunofa maike, ivi soto makadena, le mashazini sene, ivi kulosumbea maka arishinis, le kuvai ivi seto, aminisa la dema kuverna, lujuze mekaya vesina, lusudufu me machina, ik gochea karnas, voshem volva kadenakli, musudule main, mashikea sevino, abike isa, luther makate, la mention so, amimisi, ekugole markan ese venesa, le gouvernement kaive ma se meka ane gelase. Musurko emave. La makul amave. Musukumana shay, le katsonov. Amekeyana, le zuvamako shamosa, ekidole mena seveka, musurike ena le meseve nosuma, musunivele se, mukuakaya se na, le zurufamona. Mukua makala mashisako, amisivini ki ena galorna maisakanasa, aishi navamo. Musabaka anas, musabamatei, silinako ojimanavi. La makurso mayan, la beke even masala, bukuisi me, yimapelo, aishi, anaki inafa. Musukuna. Ala makai vishinis. Luku vumona mishila, muzuri sembena sili. Muku uvumana ikivako, mazatain, luku vumakai shikia makoma, muzuri kias, musai. La musudenai, musuri melevin, mushikayese, makaidana, ime lefamos, masaki, masateya, musai. Okay, there we go. All done. So, do start watching for little increases in your abundance. We are not always aware of where the abundance comes from,
but you should notice that there's always just a little bit more money in your bank account. We start small, and as time goes on and we do more release work, clear out the emotional baggage, you will find that your financial abundance grows. Not only your financial abundance, but our love abundance and anything else that you want to have an abundance of in your life. I thank you for tuning in. Many blessings to you. And thank you very much for tuning in. If you would like work done on a personal basis, you may contact me. My email address is posted. Thank you.